Wholeness YouTube, happy Saturn day. Okay, happy now. All is now. Okay, first is signing back in here, putting out my perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. And we are doing welcome, tuning into the mind of an algorithmic moon, and is going to be continuation on my Jupiter. Not Jupiter, but Saturn, the next planet, Saturn. And Horus is transiting that third house. Yeah. About to enter that fourth house. But, yeah, this is going to be my continuation on Saturn. Okay? Last video I did was Saturn and Taurus. This will be Saturn and Gemini. Okay? So, just looking at this here. Okay, so what are the characteristics of Saturn? Looking at this going off head, Saturn is a more detached planet. Okay, Saturn is let's say dealing with detachment, but it's dealing with reality. Your actual reality, your time. Okay, since Saturn runs the time. Okay, so you could say this is how you utilize your time. You could say your Saturn placement is how you utilize your time, to benefit you. You could say this is a tool, because like I say, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant is truly you, but the rest of the other planets are your tools. So just looking at this from my energies or my interpretation, I see Saturn as your planet of time, and how you can utilize, your time to go about your day. Yeah, your reality. Okay, Saturn is dealing with reality. Okay, so what we perceive to be reality, at least from the society, from a 3D perception, okay, on a 4/5/6 dimensional perception, when looking at reality, it just is your reality, okay? And this is what Saturn is dealing with. But with my Saturn in Aries, dealing with vision, I see reality. I initiate new ways on how to go about seeing reality, So, yeah, with this in Gemini, your Saturn in Gemini, you're most definitely more bent on communicating. You will be interacting with the external world, with the external realm, to actually go about your reality, to actually make, and this is how you use your time. It's a more left brain sign. It's more dealing with communication. When we're talking about communication, that's an act in engaging in the external realm. Okay? So, yeah, you would be someone who you go about communicating, with your surroundings, in your reality. So you go about communicating with your surroundings, people, places, and that you're familiar with. Everybody, the people that you're familiar with, these are the people that you would be communicating in your day-to-day basis with, in your reality, and you guys would just more than likely be chopping it up about whatever depending on your frequency vibration. and the spirit utilizing the, you know, your astral travel, you know, yeah, where you're vibing, you know, and with this, yeah, because you can look here. If we're looking at Gemini, yeah, that's that third house, okay, third sign, so Saturn, you will also be, let's say, this also dealing with detachment. You know, you will also have to, you know, detach, place boundaries and restrictions when dealing with communication as well. You know, because Saturn is that teacher. Okay, these outer planets, you know, they're just that influence you have on your natal chart. Yeah. See, when we're looking at knowledge itself, you know, you get an understanding on your chart. You know, you understand your energies, and then you can, once you get a hang of that, you can then start to learn the transits, which is, you know, the being that we live in, its energies, you know? That's basically what the transits are. Natal alignments, like Sun through Pluto. You know, that's what those transits are, you know? And yeah, it's just a reflection of the inside. That's micro, macro, you know? To make it plain and simple. So, yeah, Gemini, yeah, it's most definitely, yeah, dealing with communication, you know, detachment, discipline, you know, you will, Saturn, I can see here, you'll probably have gone through lessons where you said something, you know, and, you know, Saturn, you know, your Saturn had manifested, you know, a lesson to teach you because, you know, you said something that shouldn't have been said. Like, you know, Jupiter teaches through knowledge and wisdom with these two outer planets, like these two specifically, you know, because these planets, you know, in astronomy, these two outer planets, they sort of label them as the Jovian planets, you know, the Jovian planets when we're talking about these bigger planets. So that's taking it more left brain. But yeah, with these, they sort in astrology, looking at it from an astrological standpoint, they teach you through your, let's say Jupiter teach you through your experiences and your wisdom, and you know Saturn will teach you, you know, through just lessons, life lessons, based on your reality, you know. But they still both bring benefits. You can use both of them to your benefit. Like I say, there in astrology, like there is no bad placements. You know, it just depends on how you're using your placements. You know, like a square could be, you know, could most definitely be positive to anyone, because like, yeah, the square, you know, is a learning process, you know, and that's like, you know, and how do you look at learning processes? You know, you know, it's like, that's the let's say the time where you can take that action to grow. That's what a learning process is. You know, it's like, hey, it's time to grow. Do you want to grow, or, you know, that's truly what a square is, you know, in your natal chart when you look at a square. you know. So when you correlate the planets with the actual degrees, when we're talking about aspects, yeah, now you're actually into knowledge of self, you know. So that's truly what astrology is. Knowledge of self, you know. So yeah, first is signing out. I'm gonna catch you next time. This has been my Saturn and Gemini. Yeah. Catch you next now.